Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host Mukluk. Totally didn't oversleep today. That absolutely did not happen. And we are back in Final Fantasy 16. I was told by some other folks that we're like 80% of the way through this game. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but picking up where we left off last time,
thieving bastards.
That guy's got a potty mouth. We are going to talk with this fella. Let's see what he needs.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles.
So we're gonna fight the bandits now?
They may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
Bandits.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Bandits!
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then
Your sword is looking less realistic, so it must be stronger now. Yeah, it's not even touching the sheath anymore. It just kind of hovers there. Muck derp emote win. What does a derp emote look like? Oh, you have an emote from another channel called You're a Derp. It's cute. Tie versus Final Fantasy was called Final Fantasy because it was the last game Square was going to make before they went bankrupt. Yeah, I've heard that story as well, but it's still fun to joke about.
it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Okay. So now we have to protect the north gate from bandits. Is this the north gate? This is the north gate.
Hey, good morning, Kaiju time.
Kaiju time. I hope we get some kaiju time. Good morning. Thank you for the resub, Mr. God. I appreciate you. Great Fox says, how are the High Elves treating you? Oh, in Total War? It's fine. Yeah, I was playing them last night. Got some pros and cons to them, but overall it's good.
No women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Sublime!
Hi, Bertree. This guy's casting shields on the others. They got a third wave? The Sultan.
Nice try.
Did not hit its intended target, but it did kill one of them. we go. Heck of a command, yeah, point blank. Got him like Gohan getting Cell.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
So they start walking. Uh-oh, it's those two again. They were fighting last time. Shake hands.
Natalie, I owe you an apology.
Oh, good. They're not fighting this
You
time.
did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold.
Aw.
You saved us, Conrad. You saved Alamil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The
Pity.
plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
That's a low bar.
I'll take that as a compliment.
All right. Okay, we have successfully aided Dalimil with its dilemma.
Swing a sword like that.
Next is aiding Northreach with its dilemma, which is here. Any big plans for Spooktober?
First
Yeah,
we find
going to
Isabel.
be starting a scary game tonight, actually. We've got a few others lined up.
I saw it with my own eyes.
I had a lot of people send me recommendations yesterday, and I was looking through them on stream to see ones that I wanted to bookmark.
I can't do it.
The Dame! Haven't seen you in a while. That is not the Dame.
My lord, my lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Quest accepted. Why we fight? They fight for the Dame! They do it for the pretty ladies.
All left for more on the captain's orders.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
Yo, she just came over here to make them feel bad.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Oh, it sounds like the one on the
Not if
left's
we
trying to
don't
give
have
up.
to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
That was...
We need to consider...
Jill clearing her throat. She's like, excuse me.
Is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Talk to the survivors. All right.
My family.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
Don't leave me, Paul.
That thing?
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
He got
At least we
8.
have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Travel to Moor. Alright.
I assume you have a plan?
Game of Thrones gameplay. If by that you mean they do a lot of talking, but occasionally a
It's all
city
they
gets
can do
blown
to
up, that's
escape.
accurate.
They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Run like the wind.
Let's go, chicken! We got monsters to fight. There's the ether. Slay the enemies.
Look.
I see them. With me. Over here.
New enemies approach.
Save your strength.
I took out the specters first. They will buff the others.
Over here.
Nice try.
critter now. $52K stagger damage. He gone! Hey Muck, are you gonna try Throne and Liberty? It looks okay. Like, it looks like an alright MMO, but I don't really want to drop everything I'm doing for an alright MMO. So I don't have any hate towards it, but I haven't seen anything to hook me in either. So I might try it later on, but I'm not, like, in a rush to do so.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady.
Oh, he's been promoted.
The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love.
I didn't need convincing. You could count on me, lady.
And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Okay, this is awkward.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Okay.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Alright, so gotta go tell Otto that we went to the 3 people that contacted us and we helped each of them with their attacks.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
The quest
Luck,
tells
I
me to.
suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Morning, Mucka Chat. Good morning.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since.
Who did
Ultima
rescue
is
him?
driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements.
And you wield all of them.
But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say,
I never really understand in stories why they do a thing when someone is like curious about their power, they stare at their hand. Like if he had pulled up his hand and made like a little bit of like lightning crackle on one finger and fire on another, and ice on another, I feel like it would have been more like poignant. But the fact that he's just like, I have a hand. And like he just does that from time to time when he questions himself, I'm always like, why? Why that?
It's me. Why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
And pause for a second. Shuga says, I know it's a bit late, basically late game now. Are you liking the story so far? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I know your new little of Final Fantasy before going into this. I had heard of things like Ifrit and Bahamut. So basically it kind of seems like every character I was aware of in the franchise is all shoved into this one. But yeah, it's pretty good writing, you know? It's not like the best I've ever seen, but it's certainly not bad either. I would say it's on the pretty good end of the spectrum. Muck, think of it like when Naruto was learning the Rasengan, same kind of concept. Well, Naruto was actually making Rasengans appear in his hand when he was staring at his hand. Clive needs a finger for healing magic. I mean, yeah, he's got Phoenix. Why can't he just be like, oh, here, let me heal you with this?
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua,
You were just coughing up
bed
blood.
is where you should be bound.
Right?
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree.
I like how he just complimented her while explaining why he's not listening to her instructions in the same sentence.
But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, would he?
I'll look after him.
Oh, wait. This would be really cool to have Joshua meet Lord Byron. Like, hey, uncle, another one of your dead nephews have come back to life. Alright,
Did you see that?
There's 2 green markers over here. The ninjas in Naruto can see their chakra or something, so that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they're looking at their hand to watch the chakra spin around.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be fun?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Sure, I'm not doing
Certainly
anything.
try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
So...
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly.
Discipline!
They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Quest accepted. Send the children to the mines. Thieving children go to the mines.
Seems the hideaway's lost its
Blasted
appetite.
book. Here.
Hey,
you
Molly.
put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I
What?
need a hand with a recipe.
What?
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
Oh, that was the stew made from scorpion meat.
I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I already said I would.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
He's right there at the top of the stairs. Why didn't you ask him?
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something.
What?
And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
That part would make sense for me.
Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
You could have already done the talk to Hippocrates step. He's at the top of that staircase. I understand why I'm doing the hunting part, but the talk to this guy part is kind of silly given these circumstances.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Hey, Mug after. Hi, Vault.
Horseman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Yvonne.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu.
Sandbrequois. That's very
The
Bouscous.
descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
He's like, look, I'm giving you all this information. I just want to nibble.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Did you see the pair that...
Did anything happen to Bahamut's guy? Is he dead or alive? He's currently in the infirmary unconscious. But still breathing. I thought this led to that quest update. It does not. Let's go out here. No. Why does this balcony exist? Sup, Goots?
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Discomposed.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Yeah. Yes, she would.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Goot's voice actor is goated. Dude, he's great. He makes me smile, like, every time I talk to him.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking.
What's a popoto?
Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
My tongue has been lashed.
It was. No. I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
If she is guilty of the bad stuff, then she did a great job of making us feel bad about accusing her.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise?
Goots is about to go sue them for defamation.
Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Isn't it?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until it's...
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight.
Oh, did they break the scales? Oh, dang, the kids have brands too. Jeez.
Sid,
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-near.
Miss Mididol said...
Ninja near.
The best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
I mean, can't we just take all the parts to the lady and be like,
Alright.
here?
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I didn't expect Sid to know as much about the scales.
Bangers.
I thought he'd be
These
clueless on
aren't
this.
for flying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goots? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Put goots on the scale.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult.
I feel like kids their age would easily be able to put something back together that only had 4 pieces.
So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you 3 engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Hairs?
Hairs?
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Their opinion of him is going down. They're like, oh no, he's dumb.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Okay. After that whole thing with the gear, I think they have a lower opinion of my intelligence. Okay. Think we have picked up all the quests in the hideaway. I can grab one more hunt off the board and then head out. Hey, Mugga Chat. Hi, Garnis.
Did you see that?
Chip is looking around.
Tell me you saw that.
Okay. Let's see. Ruin Reawakened. Sandbreck legends tell of a dread dragon who set near half the realm alight with his torrid breath, before being sealed away behind a magical mist by Grilgor himself, some sources claim. Though it has long been forgotten which parts of the tale are true and which are mere myth, recent reports of a great dragon's roar reverberating around the woodland passes of the Empire are real enough. That is incredibly vague. I have no idea where that is. Woodland passes of the Empire. I might have to Google a rough location on this one. FF16, Ruin Reawakened location. Where am I supposed to go? Southern tip of Melbourne in Sandbreck. Okay. Oh. Apparently this is one of those moments where I cannot travel the world map. I have to just go to specific locations. Okay. Flute says my windows are being installed right now. Congrats. I'm just imagining you had just holes in your house until this point. Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Hello. You might be able to travel now. I think it wanted you to just load into the new area with your companions. Oh yeah, right you are. I can. Okay. What was the location of that dragon? Southern tip of Melbourne in Sandbreck. Let me see. Dalmeca, Rosaria. There's Sandbreck. Alright, let me go over there. Okay. There's No, that's Mornbroom. I have a couple of quests up there. Was it Mornbroom? Did I misread? Oh, it is Morn. I did misread. Okay, so it's down there.
Good girl.
Faster!
What level are you? Runebreaker is 50. I don't know who Runebreaker is. As far as what level am I? 38. It's more fun being underleveled. Honestly, it doesn't feel like level means much in this game. Like, the other night, I killed something that was 10 levels higher than me. And he hit kind of hard, I guess. We found it. Oh boy. Svarog, rank S.
Found her. This beast isn't to be trifled with.
What?
This one.
Oh! Okay. Dude, alright, so the laser doesn't do anything. I tried to, like, dodge the laser, and it doesn't do anything. It's just the follow-up explosion that hurts. Oh, I've died more times on this than the golem. worst part right now. Dude, the camera was like behind a tree and fire for like half of that. I haven't had many complaints about the camera in this game, but it was really bad there. I thought I was in fire mode. Dang it. Wow, I really thought I dodged that. Really thought I dodged that. last dance. Almost stunned.
Farewell.
There we go. How are they? Someone said it was the toughest boss in the game. Done. And I'm 12 levels lower than him. First try? I think it was third try. It's not too bad. It's fun though. Ori Calcum.
Definitely not to be trifled with.
Anything else here? Something shiny over there. Now for that liver. I needed a wyvern liver, not the dragon. The dragon was just a terrorizing the countryside type of thing. Do we want to count the DLC because it's a tougher boss? I was just going by what people said a minute ago. Okay, I got 2 quests over there. Which might be the liver, I'm not sure.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
Just thinking about earlier when we were like, what do you know about Ultima? And our brother's like, oh, I mean, we can ask him yourself. I've got him trapped in my ribcage. We're like, what? Excuse me?
To the meadows, then.
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby.
Alright, so this is the blue wyverns and the plants.
Bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Okay.
This must be our wyvern. You're right. Let's get this over with.
go. Also, look who's arrived, chat. Can't pet him yet. He's busy.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Okay.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Boop boop.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least there weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
She made chicken nuggets.
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
He's dying.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force.
Tour de force.
A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavor and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
He's like, hunt them to extinction. You know, the philosopher guy said he wanted some once we finished it, if you're done collapsing on one knee over this.
Trouble with your gear, or...
I just realized now that you're Sid in this one. No, Sid was the, oh gosh. What's the lightning guy's name? I'm sorry. Hold on. Raw something? Hold on. Rama. Sid was the dominant for Rama and was our teacher in the early game, and he died, and then we like took on his name like it was a title.
What's that for you, dear?
Wait, I now have the materials to make Excalibur, and it's a downgrade. Awesome.
Anything else?
Let's see. There's something there. Rendezvous with Goots.
The bandits may be noble, but look what they've left us with. Got a hard time.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapping from.
Could be I know something more. Was it?
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
So she's
You've
like Tony
seen this
Stark.
Reaper at work.
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Oh.
Here in Delamil.
So this is okay. At first, I thought this was one guy spreading lies. It seems like there's possibly another person that's using her name and selling stuff.
Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Well, unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Let's see. How do I get over there? I'm gonna have to leave the main entrance and then take a right. Big Goots.
You fought very bravely.
He's a big fella.
The safety
The
of
gentle
town.
giant.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
About to be ambushed.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
I like how they're drawing their weapons out of no sheaths or anything.
Leave now and we could pretend this didn't happen.
We got this, guys. We can totally take on the guy with multiple god powers. In their defense, they didn't know I had multiple god powers. They were just like, oh, it's just some guy. We've got multiple of some guys.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goot.
I'm sorry. That reminds me of so many fights and like recordings of fights that I've seen where like the guy that's a coward is running away while like yelling back insults at the guy that is just standing there.
Right now.
Oh, he finally finished.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
That makes no sense. The other guy said this whole thing was just to get to Goots. And then he's saying, I don't have a beef with you. Go ahead and leave.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goot, no.
Enough, all of you!
Oh, she left the house.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairer years came to mind.
In me fairer years.
Oh, it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Gooch, you... If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
Dang it, he's so big.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, that. Wise words.
Oh, did he cut out her
And
eye?
now, it's time to collect.
Okie dokie then. Alright. I think she just took his eyeball.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It's an easy going through life, one eye shot of it.
Yeah, for a while, I thought she just had, like, cataracts or something in one eye, but then I realized when she would, like, look around that the right eye didn't move, and then I was like, oh, it's prosthetic. But never really heard anything about how that happened until now.
After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind, but that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough.
Oh my god!
But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
So what if he does? We'll take the other eye and work our way down. Oh my god. Talk to Karen back in town. Okay. Yeah, the quest name? Yeah, the quest name was Eye for an Eye. I didn't realize what it was about until now.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Ah, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
On that note, I think I might actually need to buy potions for the first time in the game, because I used most of them fighting that dragon earlier. Continental Censor. It says so you can read. Congratulations.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
Wait, what? I just came to shop.
All right.
Them rumours Wet Legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Sid, I'm guessing.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is.
Except Sid.
Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint Gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find herself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
It wouldn't be a conversation with Karen without it ending with a threat. Always has to. Let's try this again. I wanted to shop.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best stock up.
Alright.
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
That is just not true.
Finished, are you?
Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is a quest here. I'm not sure what it is. Alright, back to the main quest. Overkill. I didn't expect that thing to die that quick. You know, one thing I think might be good. Hang on a second. Let me go to abilities. Alright. So, I am enjoying the two abilities that I'm using for Bahamut. But the Bahamut shift ability, this thing, has not been incredibly useful. Been kind of wishing I had the Garuda pull. So, let's master these. Wait, what happens if you upgrade Giga Flare? Oh my god, it wasn't max level? I have been doing subpar Giga Flare this whole time? Oh, shoot. Alright, I was assuming I was going to have enough points to master this and run Garuda with these on the Garuda bar, but I need another 6,000 stuff. Okay, another time. Clive now has a Bahamut. Yup.
This one. Charging.
I actually wonder if when I fought that dragon, if it helped a little bit having, basically, Ice Gal and Fire Brother both there with me.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
I don't know that they
She's
do a lot of
strong-willed,
damage, but they were
loyal,
there.
And deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Much like Clive, but with better manners. You can refund Rama skills. I think I already did? Let me double check. No, I'm mistaken. Okay, I had some points there that I could get back, but that's still not enough. Later on, life goals. How are we still in combat? He's still holding his sword and the firearm. Give the man a potion.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
The ether flood up ahead.
Give him a potion. We have 6.
It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them.
Give him a
There's
potion.
a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier.
Dude, I have potions. We have a phoenix right here. And we're just like, wow, dang. It sure does suck that that's happening to you. If only we could do something about it.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. We got here in time.
Got an achievement for landing a bunch of mega flare hits. Wish you could click to skip this screen.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
I'm on my way after I loot your stuff.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar.
Didn't he say I can't move my leg? And then he stood up.
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar.
And now he's walking after he said he can't move.
You're Sid. I was there in Kosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Well, I mean, I can let Karen deal with him if he shows up. Start with the eye and work her way down. I believe that's what she said. Wait, so the 14 I'm playing isn't the Final Fantasy? Something's off here, right? Every game is a lie. None of them are final. That guy's gonna go grind some levels now. Man, he gotta grind a lot of levels.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Imagine like he trains for years, challenges me to a duel, and I just Giga Flare right away.
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, It was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The game has Einherjar too?
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalist flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Barnabas. Who's Barnabas? See another dominant? Maybe the guy with Odin? The Agora, Free Cities of Canberra.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Oh, that shut him up. Oh my god.
Distinguished members of the council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
The guy that said these intrusion, his pants remind me of David Bowie from Labyrinth. I'm not pulling up a picture. If you know, you know.
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
Yeah, that's why he killed the guards.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
God, they're bad at their job. Wait, did that kill the people at the table too?
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here,
somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
I'm so curious what the final two icons are going to be. Well, there's Odin, I think is his name. And then there's also Jill with her ice that we hang out with. Now, it seems detrimental to the dominance for us to drain them, so I don't think we're going to be draining Jill's ice unless she's like having a near-death experience.
How long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Oh, it's that symbol we saw at...
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and
Yeah.
now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all.
How inconvenient.
And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
The lake?
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
But he's really bad at his job, your grace.
If that is your wish, your grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Oh! They touched hands. Absolute degeneracy.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Joshua's like, Yote, I got a better guard. I don't need you anymore. She didn't even close the door behind her. She's gonna let the cats in.
Let's find our friends.
For people who don't know what that is, it feels weird to hang it up on the wall. It just looks like some dirty dish rack.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her. which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Oh, wow.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Corot.
It said he was a tanner, so this is gonna be like leatherworking or something. So maybe kill a beast.
Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity. But those that do develop a hide of phenomenal...
You saw that image twice before? Yeah, she just mentioned it. The Phoenix Gate and that one other place. But it was like... It was like in ruins when we saw it before, not in a town.
Value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
You can talk a good talk.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
This guy's got a good charisma modifier. What does this game cost per year? Nothing? This is a single player game. You might be thinking of FF14, which has a subscription fee, but FF16 is just like you buy it once and then you play it as much as you want. That's it. This one's just a single player story.
Beneath the flood, yes.
Yeah, I believe FF11 and FF14
How are
were
those
the
new
MMOs.
books treating you?
And I don't know about 11, but I know 14 has a subscription fee.
Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
What's up, old man?
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant graybeard.
11 has a sub as well?
University.
Wow, okay.
You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead?
Stairs?
You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village.
Wait, it's just like 2 flights of stairs? Old man, I could just carry you up it and then you could do your work.
North, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together.
Throw
the
him.
rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Just turn into a freak and pick him up. Just, ah! We should tell this guy that we've got our own scholar at home, and he would love to go hang
How
out
are
with
those
him.
new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bone. That Cyril fella's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Let the sky go back to how it was. I don't like it.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the box to Salomon.
Money. Alright, I think that's number 2 over there. And the little gazebo thing. Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home.
What Golden Plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
I hope I'm not going to get quizzed on this.
Recent quarry's been hard to find since the sky turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being on edge.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its
Don't
people?
tease me now.
Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Dang it, there is a quiz, no!
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
I think it was this one.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Oh god. It's either 1 or 2.
Children of the Hunters, now sworn to serve the sun.
Sun worship? That cannot possibly be right.
I could have sworn it was something like that. Children of the Hunters, now
First
tillers
try.
of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all 3.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, 1 for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions.
He asks you to read them, and when you tell him something, he's just like, wrong.
Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder Why,
I'm
this
glad it didn't
fact
make me go back
is
to the
not
rock.
better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
When he told me there was an issue with stairs, I was immediately thinking, I believe it's in China. There's like a shrine that's got like something thousands of steps to lead up to it. And people try to like visit it. It's like a big tourist attraction. And there's like all these videos of people that get like halfway up and their legs are just like shaking violently and they can't go up anymore. And then like we turned around and it was just like, well, look, one of them's right there. He can't make it right there. That one there is a staircase involved, but it's just like, really? Really?
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
Oh, hello.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril,
So I guess he's
Knight
an
of the
Undying?
Undying
Yep.
and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you.
Creepy.
Pray accept this token.
You accepted the Phoenix down. We have an extra life!
As long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Why did that sound like my brother's in trouble?
Cyril seemed very...
You've been naughty.
You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Bedfellows? He didn't say they're that close.
The free cities under sea?
Let's go do the optional thing first.
Come on.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
I know it's the wrong way, but we got a beast to slay. Was Yota bedfellow, perhaps? I mean, I think she wishes.
Surrounded.
I like how my guy goes, ah, surrounded, as he's just running past them. Clearly not surrounded. The Almadeira Temple has 1,015 stone steps. No wonder people have a hard time getting up. That might be the one I'm thinking of, but I've definitely seen like TikToks of people like halfway up and their legs are just like shaking violently. Have you tried attacking on the Chocobo? No? I'll try right now. I kicked him in the face!
But it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Easy. Alright, got the thing the leatherworker wanted. Oh wait, I can probably... There it is. I was like, oh yeah, if I just wait for a second, it'll pop up and say, hold B just to teleport back to the quest guy. Almost forgot.
Here's your hide. As requested.
You bring the skin back and the tanner's like, why is this charged? Why is this burnt in some places, frozen in others?
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it.
Ava skin.
Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek. Yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch.
Yeah, I didn't scratch at all.
As my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
I feel like we responded a bit too gruffly. Like, I'm busy enough as it is. Like, I mean, we're the one that chose to stop and do the side quest. We could just be like, maybe another time. Burned, frozen, dirty, laser holes in it, floating, zaps me when I tried to grab it. You know, some Garuda shreds in it. The stone step would be the reason, as stone doesn't really have any give compared to western stairs, which are made of wood.
The free cities and
Plus, there's 1,000 of them.
Woo woo. Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
I like how those guys' names were orcish fodder. Like, even among orcs, those are the crappy ones.
Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
City's having a wild party. I'm wondering if we're gonna see the finished airship soon. Because she was here working on her ship. I actually want to just work on the main story right now. So let's go see what's going on here. Hope that wasn't her ship. The warehouse district.
Sounds like thunder.
Keyword.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Wait till Uncle sees the other nephew.
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. I don't even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
Even she's like, what the hell? Dude, Clive's face and then Jill's face and then Mid's face. You know, show me Uncle's reaction.
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
He's like, I trapped a demigod in my chest, so I'm not gonna be alive much longer, but it's good to see you.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long.
Joshua has plenty of riz he doesn't know how to use yet. It's unlike his brother.
Find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river.
Didn't he just tell the Undying, like, oh, I've got a new protector. And the protector's like, let's split up. He's so bad at his job.
Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
It's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
I'm ready to see the dog go Super Saiyan again. He's only done it once so far. Even fall.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things.
He does it every time you limit break? I have not noticed that. I will try to look at him the next time.
They're wearing Waluda armor.
Alright. We're watching the dog. Where is the dog? No. Okay, no, he did not do it. He did not change. Open wide!
monsters here.
So flashy, yeah. Sometimes my moves are so flashy I blind myself and I can't see what's going on. Very much becomes a do it by feel kind of thing. I also love whenever you fight normal people, you can just flex all the powers on them. I mean, I flex all the powers regardless. Can I go through this gate? Yes.
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy.
Two enemies approach. Orcish Warlord. That's gonna whiff because he teleported. $68,000. That might be a new record. Oh man. I was casting the move I thought was gonna kill him. That happened. Stagger damage 48 because he's so low.
Where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
Nope, David Bowie's inside. The favor of light flare breath.
Where are they? These creatures. These Ultima's reach extend this far. What the hell is going on here?
Where is your master? What does he want?
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
Muthos. He's wearing armor now.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness.
Is he a dragoon?
They are pure.
Or just a knight?
They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard. And you will yield. Or not.
Sleipnir? They use the name Sleipnir for this guy? Alright, I got a circle around my feet. I don't know what it does. Okay, alright, so it dropped a bomb eventually. That whiffed. Oh my gosh, the sun locks. The F-bomb.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos.
Dude, they have like stuff from like the just names of the people and items in Final Fantasy. They're just plucked from like mythology all over the world, aren't they? Like, I'm just coming to this realization. I'm trying to drop this, but I can't. Ow. I went into that form on accident. I couldn't turn it off. Oh, the dog's Super Saiyan. What the dog doing?
Would you not agree? Actually, I wouldn't.
Whoa! Oh my god, that's a new one. Alright. Tail end of it hit. Slain. You could jump over those expanding ground circles, by the way. Byakuya, I will not lie. I forgot this game had a jump button. It is needed almost never, and I forgot this game had that.
The vessel is strong.
Like just the exploration in the world. Jumping is almost never required to navigate somewhere. And so I forgot it was there.
My liege.
I'm gonna pause real quick. Shugo says, on Titanform, are you sure you need to release the button on the red bar and not on the small yellow bar before or after the red? You doing that all the time? It is triggering. Yes. Yeah, I'm like 90% certain you do. I did take a trait, Shugo, that made the critical Titan attacks a larger window, which I think is why the red bar is larger, but I'm almost certain the red is the highest damage.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late.
We didn't even look inside.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Oh! That looked cool. Ah!
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
But we're dominance too. Is it time to fight Odin? We're gonna have another Godzilla fight in the next half hour? Oh, he's keeping one hand behind his back. Oh shoot, we're getting styled on.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. It I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
Maybe he isn't right-handed. Oh, like the Princess Bride.
No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Is he gonna bring Gungnir back to his hand? No, I think that's a different weapon. I'm getting my hand on the cinematic dodge button. No, my torso. I needed that.
As all the rest.
Joshua!
Oh shoot, she went straight up to max level. She didn't go to Super Saiyan 1, she skipped straight to 3. The dog carrying the sword in its mouth like the one from Dark Souls.
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Bro, do not tell me Jill died from that. If that's SS3, then the sword guy is Beerus.
Will he be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own.
Okay, so he did heal him.
I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. Alright?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
What girl do I hardly know that I risked my life for?
My boy. Oh.
Pause real quick. Two-Tone says, just finished this game and I'm replaying it on the hardest difficulty. Very fun. With my setup, I rarely even need to swing the sword. Honestly, the funnest part is firing all the spells and stuff.
All I want to
Mid
do
was
is
referring to
help.
herself.
And
Oh.
the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Putting socks on, chat. My feet are cold.
Don't you dare do that again.
Are we gonna ask about Jill yet?
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
Okay, can we go look for her?
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Okay. So we're gonna go many miles back home to look for pages, then many miles back to where we were, and the whole time the king and Jill are getting further away from us. How are the controls of keyboard and mouse? Very good.
Gav said that Otto might know something.
Like, literally no complaints.
Cole said it was an army of Akasha. What will happen to me?
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are...
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been Mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
Quest accepted, like father, like daughter. Okay. Search a Mid's dungeon. Mid's dungeon? Not Mid's workshop. Mid's dungeon.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it.
Thank you.
I'd better keep looking.
Inspect a desk.
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
His cigarettes.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
Meet a doll. I know you like your riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, so when choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, Daughter Dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. I'm gonna have to work on that last rhyme. Good luck.
Sid's best invention. That sounds promising.
Tacos?
So Sid hid something.
Doing taco prep while playing a game is kind of difficult. Just sandwich for now. Have tacos with dinner.
First opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp.
Orchestrion? Like makes music?
Box have to do with anything?
Oh wait, does he mean the
I
jukebox?
think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
I think he means the jukebox. It's pretty funny that they've got this one weird item that is like a player
I
thing.
didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
It's like there for the player, and then suddenly it's a quest item later on.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once.
Mhm.
So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way.
I mean, that is a very big device. A piece of paper hidden inside it could be anywhere.
There's something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
It started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Those kids did to that jukebox what kids do with elevators. Oh, like when they press all the buttons at once? Uh-huh. Alright, so this gadget is gonna somehow solve the problem with the ship, no doubt. Someone said the music playing is Sid's theme.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Who's a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask them when I get back.
Sorry, Doc.
Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Before that, those green markers, let's see what those are.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi. What will happen to Mid and the others?
They'll be fine as long as Sid's.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Tough for that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Blacksmith's Blues 3. Dude, the blacksmith just keeps going emo, and this bro just keeps being like, I'ma fix him. Over and over and over. So there was like, what was it? Like, he saw armor and a weapon, and he's like, oh, and he clammed up, because he's like, I don't know how to make those. But this is a ring. It's like a jeweler's thing, not a blacksmith thing. Why is he upset about a ring? Unless it was like his ex-wife's ring or something.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Oh, ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together.
Zoltan!
Back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Vast has improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
What's the latest icon you got? Bahamut. But we did just fight Odin and got our butt kicked.
Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything. But I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Tyre. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodrigue.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive.
Yeah, because I've got a bag for preserving spider eyeballs. I'm just gonna put it in the suit pocket. It'll be fine. Okay, so we got a few more side quests here. Let's see. Let's go that one. Let's knock some of these out. Mother! Oh, you fixed the tables. Nice.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Wait, what?
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals.
Because the map ends
and
there.
That's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Wait, how am I supposed to help?
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry.
And murder is the solution.
Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Okay.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
Is that Wade? Giant axe on his back. I think that's Wade.
Sir Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
Rabble of rogues.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully, the road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Okay. Alright, where do I point my instrument of murder? Way up there. Hello! Can you guys line up? Thank you. Perfect.
Face the consequences.
I like how I said my threat after I killed like 5 of them.
That's the end of that then.
What the heck? The band. Wait, his name is Two Scoops?
Doesn't matter.
What is he, Raisin Bran? Okay. I expected Akashic, I expected bandits, I didn't expect Two Scoops.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
Should you have a guard on the road?
I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later.
Home without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them, and not a single Akashic in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy, especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely.
Oh, Oscar was Lady Hannah's either son or nephew.
To send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
Okay, fast travel back to Martha.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it. And
that was the guy I want to
we
be a
can
squire?
build our
Yeah.
new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
What is that metaphor? No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater?
Say that.
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Okay. I say that all the time. You say that all the time, Byakuya? Alright. Lost Wing.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need.
Oh, this
You know what you
guy.
have to do.
Quentin.
Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once
Send them
more.
to the mines?
Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
I like how there's an option to say no.
Thank you.
Muck your people.
I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Goten's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
For great justice, too. I was thinking he was going to ask us for our help in the battle. We got to escort old people. Okay.
To Gotan's Bales, then, and quickly, before anyone else finds them.
Come, my children.
I know you're all afraid, but now it's not the time.
It's never quite clear when I'm allowed to mount. Like, sometimes I leave town and then he starts doing that really high-speed sprint. It's like, okay, this is a mount area, but then you can't mount until you're on like another 37 feet, exactly.
Rodriguez could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
You can hold 5 while leaving a city. Will mount as soon as possible. Yeah. I'm still on the fence about the Strangers. On the one hand, it's basically retelling of FF1, my favorite FF, and on the other hand, it's basically retelling of FF1, my favorite FF. That was a sentence.
Hopefully one will be enough.
Alright, go turn this spider eyeball in.
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
I would just give him the whole head.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
Well, sick person, here's your poison.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war.
Yeah, when he said proud of you, I figured he was a father
I was
figure
still
or
a
something.
child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true Physicker's art, that is...
Oh, because there'd be like no mana for her to use there or whatever.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. But my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Now go sleep, lady. You were awake for like 3 days. Wait, what? There's another quest in here? Why aren't you sleeping?
Clive.
It's past your bedtime.
I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
Okay. What does the medicine chest do? I have no idea where that item went, like, in my inventory. I saw I got a purple item called a medicine chest, but... I think it's a keepsake in your room. Oh, well then we're not carrying it with us. Dumb. Alright. Let's see. Let's do a step of the main thing. Question for you guys. If I accidentally finish the main quest line, will it let me still run around the world and do side quests that I haven't finished, or does it just end the game at that point? It tells you beforehand and you're brought back afterward? Kinda.
I were right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
I know he's a good swordsman. He stabbed me.
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
That's one way to put it out.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
The dog running around. Yeah, I have a job too.
Everyone with me? Here they come.
One sec. At Muck, I won't spoil the last quest or mission. Yeah, please don't. But it will be obvious via the red crossing swords on a very notable thing on the map. I did the last quest, and then I was able to go back and complete side quests and credit for New Game Plus. Thank you. Why did we kick that one light in the water if we're in a room right now that has like 6 lit lamps?
It needs every moment we can give her.
Behind me, Lord Rosfield. I'll take care of these fuckers.
I'll have even an earthquake in here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the Clint. You said that ship was fast! Old? I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers! Come on then! Which of you lot fancies me?
Don't let the conflict you can. Without the pay, and I'll be damned if I'm going first.
New enemies approach. I'm just imagining my teammates next to me. I'm trying to fight, and I'm just blinding them with this laser. Like, oh my god, dude! It's a word of warning. Oh, just click that one. Is this ship ready, mid?
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
Yes, 9k AP now if you wanted to master that thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I might do that.
Clive.
What? We killed you!
But I thought he was... Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Oh! He said I need more dudes! He said send dudes!
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Okay.
For another round? Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Or was it my eyes?
Executioners just kill people who are tied up. That's...
Heads will roll, all the same.
Mate! You plan! You lead! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have death, my friends, is not blood that runs through an Eddie's veins. These foes will not fall easily, but they will.
Like oaks before a woodman's house. Good thing I brought one!
Well, it's apparently... Each of these are not as strong as the original.
I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it. Let's do the lot.
You know what, just for fun. I usually only use this on staggered enemies, but... I wasn't sure if Rossfield would make it. The old man. He's rubbing his butt. Is he gonna do a phoenix jump? And then he lands right in the engine and gets ripped to shreds. Someone said Sleipnir's a horse. Does this mean this guy is the big black horse when Odin summons his horse? Maybe. Wasn't Sleipnir related to the Loki story? Or was that a different horse? Loki is Sleipnir's mom. There we go. Loki's kid, if I recall. Jill.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
The Enterprise.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah. You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you
Deadly
require
mind.
is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle.
Again.
And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Dude, after 3 of those, I'd be like, alright, I need a break.
Well, you can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
You be careful with that fireball lamp of yours. You're gonna set a rope on fire and bring the ship down. Him and Goots are my favorite characters. Dude, they're fantastic. There are some really lovable characters in this game.
Great God of mercy.
So, while weakened and injured, he went back to visit the town he destroyed. Like, if a single angry citizen comes out with a pitchfork, he's in trouble. It's your fault. Sort of your fault.
What have I done?
The little girl that sells the medicines.
My lord.
We've seen her. This is be the 4th time this game we've seen her. No one's bought her medicines yet. You know what would be funny is if her medicines were stronger than Tarya's. She'd never hear the end of it. Chekhov's potion seller. Potion seller. Surely you won't use NyQuil now. Can't say no to the doctor if you're
Any
knocked
ship
out.
heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours.
Suddenly Mid is like an accomplished seafarer and pirate.
Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Is she just gonna ram them? Let's just dump Jill in the ocean, it'll be fine. Uh-oh, he knows we're here. That's not good.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating.
I feel like this is a really bad location to turn into a Freed.
But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Oh gosh. Okay, this thing can turn.
Barnabas.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
Brace for impact. She does plan on ramming them. Oh, he can fly. Fantastic. Well, his range of options just opened up. Hi, Jill. Knock, knock.
It's now or never. I'll find her.
Oh, they boarded our ship too. Ooh!
Bloody hell! Add a starboard!
Oh. Through the maelstrom.
Where did you hide, Barnabas?
Whoa, what was that target lock? That was terrible. Okay. I love how Torgal understands and synchronizes burst windows now. Such a smart dog. He's a good boy. Alright. Oh, we are at a very climactic moment, chat, but we are out of time for now. So, I need to save it right here, and we will pick it up from this moment next time. Alright. Chat, thank you guys for joining me this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. A few plugs on the way out. If you happen to be new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I will next be live tonight in about 5 hours doing a spooky game for Halloween, followed by some variety content after that. And tomorrow morning, I'll be back on Final Fantasy 16 for those interested in that. Be sure to hit the follow button on Twitch or like and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss the next show. And here's a shout out for our YouTube channels. If you are not already, subscribe to both of those so you don't miss the videos and streams when they go live. And a special thank you to our dear patrons who keep this channel alive. I could not do this without their support. With that, I'm going to look for someone to raid on the Twitch side of things just to show some support to another creator. Let me see who is live right now. Looks like Valen is doing World v World stuff right now. That'll do. I'll throw a raid at Valen. So I'll see you guys on the other side. And once again, I'll be back tonight for some spooky business and some other stuff. Have a good day.